Wala pa tayong word kung sino yung mga all-stars, Javi.
Wala pa tayong announcement. But soon we will be announcing. Abangan nyo yan in the coming days.
Garsunga now breaks down the defense of Jeremy Cruz and scores to begin the fourth quarter.
He has just been picking apart every single guy that has been on him in this game.
Pero depensa pa rin, nagiging problema nila dito. Down by 12, 69-57. As Kaduyak issued that pass, a foul called on Sarangani. It will go against Garsunga.
Sarangani now starts the first defensive possession of this quarter with a 1-3-1.
Dagangon still gets inside the paint and scores.
Kahit na mahirap na tira, pumapasok para sa kanila eh.
Dagangon continues his stellar play as ball sails out. We have the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the Mpbl. Your choice, your victory. Feed more game with 1xBet.
That's just magic weave by Gab Dagangon. How hard is it to get a shot off of two long and lanky guys in Danny Marilao and Koy Arvis? That's such a difficult shot.
Jimenez gets fouled, earning himself 2 shots at the line.
Despite all the defensive shortcomings of Sarangani in this game, they're very much in this still.
Yeah. Playing without itong si Junji Alyare and J. Mark Malyari. Kit Jimenez, 7 points, 5 assists, perfect from the line. Alex Cabagnot returns for Basilan. Still holding on to this 12-point advantage. Alex drives right and draws contact, will earn himself 2 shots.
Foul on number 7, Jimenez is third.
And Jimenez called for his 3rd personal foul.
Looks like they're gonna challenge.
Hindi na. Bago isip ni Coach John.
John Mahari
Pasok muna dito for Gab Dagangon.
shooting 2,
Alex Cabagnot was held to only 5 points in that blowout loss against Quezon. Were you surprised at how they lost that game against the Huskers, Javi?
Well, Quezon just really started that game aggressively defending itong Basilan, preventing them from having that quick ball movement that they usually have when they have good games. Quezon made sure to neutralize that part of the game of Basilan dahil alam nila doon nahihirapan mapigilan ng Huskers ang opensa ng Basilan.
And those two teams have a fair chance of actually meeting in the first round.
Tama
in the
ka dyan.
South.
I actually expected it to be a close game, but Coach Eric Gonzalez, I'm sure, made a very detailed game plan defensively. I'm pretty sure na hinayaan niya na lang yung kanilang opensa to flow as long as their defense is spot on dun sa laro na yon. And for me, that's exactly what happened.
And that was the lowest output Basilan had this season, only 54 points. And that's how the #1 rated defensive team does to you, Quezon Huskers. Meanwhile, Danny Marilao with 15 points continues his fine play for Sarangani. Pasturan, Mintes yung kanya 3. Sunga, pitch ahead. Hit Jimenez, Viernes, back to Jimenez, who just could not finish.
I think he made it difficult for himself
Yeah.
there. Already had a shot on the right side. Pinilit niya pang kunin sa kabila.
Kaya si Coach Jan medyo na-frustrate doon.
Dahil lang basketball, simple lang naman. Pag pinapahirapan mo yung sarili mo, talagang magbimintis ka.
2 points pa rin naman kahit anong mangyari.
Yun na nga. That's why for all you young players out there, the style points, they don't really matter.
Alex Cabagnot buries a 3-point shot, top of the key.
And that is the product of you, trying to make your shots look a lot more glamorous. You miss an opportunity to trim down the lead, and then you give the opposing team a chance to extend this double-digit lead further. Now, thankfully, you still have a lot of time on the clock here in this game. You still have 7 minutes and 29 seconds. This is still very much manageable for you.
5-point swing nangyari dun. Instead of them being down by 10, it's now up to 15 again. Jeff Viernes, long 2-point shot from the corner, wala. Mahari, Pasturan, that time blocked by Danny Marilao, who has really shined in that department this season.
One of the best shot blockers in the league, Danny Marilao.
2.2 blocks per contest for Danny Marilao. Eman Calo, di pa binabalik dito. We're in the fourth. John Mahari, Arvin Santos, Adi Santos, Jimboy Pasturan, and Alex Cabagnot. Someone was teed up here. It's Basilan. Si Calo ba?
Technical free throw for Jeff Viernes.
I didn't hear any announcement on who the technical foul was on.
Jeff Viernes makes the technical free throw. So it's the bench of Basilan who got teed up there. Looking for a proper bench decorum. That's their second infraction already. Cabagnot sizing up Caliano. Shot will not count. Foul will be called on Charles.
Alex knows very well that should not count.
For Sarangani.
7 minutes remaining. Still a 14-point lead. Cabagnot really likes this matchup against Charles Caliano. Alex. Oh, the cut. Another block, Alves, but John Mahari, relentless, able to put that back up and in.
Gozum is down.
Now he's up.
Maybe reversal players to stay in front of your respective benches.
Ay, review ng ating referees kung anong nangyari doon. At siya bumagsak. Pero ang kailangan sigurong mahanapan ng sagot itong Sarangani, kanilang depensa, dahil naging 16 na. Biggest lead of the ball game now for Basilan, 78-62.
There certainly has been no improvements, if any, here in the second half on the defensive end. Let's see what happened here. Ayan, medyo natamaan ito si Gozum sa pagbagsak ni John Mahari.
Also, you take into account that they've been badly out-rebounded here.
A minus 14 in that department itong Sarangani Gripper. 44-30.
They have to know how important this game is.
Exactly. If they do want to still have that chance of making the play-in tournament.
Because when you look at the picture, ang magkaadikit dyan sa bandang ibaba, sila ng Imus who will play later on against Nueva Ecija. Then you have Davao Occidental and Cebu also lurking, having their resurgence of their own. Now 9 and 15.
Dahil isang panalo sana dito ng Sarangani would put a lot of pressure on Imus later against Nueva Ecija. Not like there's already a lot of pressure on them now. It will double what the pressure they have now, itong Imus Brotherhood, to try and win against a very elite Nueva Ecija squad.
Cabagnot, Santos din sa ilalim. That was Adi with a reverse.
It's crazy how Arvind has put up an all-around game this afternoon. We haven't seen this in a while.
Circa 2005, Arwin Santos.
8 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists for the Spider-Man.
Sama mo pa dyan yung kanyang free block shots. Now he draws closer. That shot will not work.
Substitution.
It was just one of those rare guys as we see their connection here. Arwin to Adi, the two Santoses combining forces there. And here, si Marilao at si Koy Alves naman.
Again, offense hasn't been much of a problem compared to what they're really trying to solve defensively here with the Sarangani gripper. Dahil makita mo naman, if you're gonna match them up on paper, pareho namang maraming offensive options sa parehong kupunan. It just really boils down to who can neutralize who. And so far, Sarangani has not been able to slow down this Basilan squad.
Basilan shooting 47% from the field and already dishing out 29 assists. Kit Jimenez momentarily lost it. Santos chasing for that basketball, but altogether it ends up with a shot clock violation against the Sarangani gripper.
It's even the veterans who are buckling down to work defensively here, showing the way for their other teammates dito sa Basilan.
Sa si Arwin ngayon compared to when the season began, mas maganda na yung ginagalaw dito.
Talaga, very different na talaga yung kanyang kondisyon ngayon. Way, way better, especially compared to when he was playing for Pampanga last year.
Yeah. Jeff Viernes will laid up for 2 points. Jeff with 7. Sarangani still down by 14. 4:30 left. Adi Santos, kick out pass, Pasturan. Getting past Charles Caliano, pull up will not drop. Cabagnot got blocked by Kit Jimenez. Kit to Caliano for 2 more points. Basilan will press the timeout button. Sarangani making their move. And this is what they do best in transition. The 3 guards connecting there. Viernes to Jimenez to Charles Caliano. And here, that was the earlier play. Jeff Viernes able to escape the defense of Arvin Santos. Basilan still ahead though by 12, 80-68. Back with us here in Orion. This is Lars Sunga at the bench. Got 19 points. Really efficient shooting from the field. Silang dalawa ni Danny Marilaw ulit, Javi.
Oh, but horrendous shooting from the free throw line.
lang.
That really has been a big problem, not just for Lars Sunga, but for Sarangani as a team. 17 out of 29 tonight. They are down by 12 points. Exactly the number of misses that they have from the free throw line. It just goes to naught yung kanilang production offensively from the field dahil sa mga mintis nila galing sa free throw line. And of course, their lousy defensive coverage.
Cabagnot could not drill the jumper in. Sarangani is rolled out with this 3-guard lineup of Jeff Viernes, Charles Caliano, and Kit Jimenez. Together with Marilao and Alves. Danny Marilao, pull-up jumper, doesn't drop.
There is absolutely no need to rush here for Basilan.
Adi Santos, pasa palabas kay Pasturan. Dagangon. Alex, will that shot count? Marilao and Barasi having a tussle down low. Tapping away from the play. And Marilao is jawing with someone at the bench of Basilan. Boss Bernard is pretty much heated up here. Something you don't see very often.
Yeah, that's very surprising to me as well. That just means na medyo matindi yung mga nangyari in the past few sequences. This may not have started just in this play alone.
Yeah, good thing Jervy Cruz and Raymar Katuyang were there to pacify Boss Bernard Yang. Tapping away from the basketball. You have to have a look of the replay of what happened. Si Barasi kakapasok lang yan dahil pinagpahinga muna si Arwin Santos.
Yeah, and I think even before that happened, Barasi already decked either it was Alves or another big man from Sarangani.
Here it is. Yeah, this was the aftermath.
All right, watch Marilao here and Barasi. They're really jostling for position.
Ooh.
There was the elbow to the face, and then the retaliation by Barasi. Again, watch it from a different angle. There was the elbow to the face, and then another elbow, this time by Barasi. So both Marilao and Barasi should be called for unsportsmanlike fouls here.
And Boss Bernard and Danny, as Boss Bernard was approaching Danny Marilao.
Yeah, he obviously didn't like what Danny Marilao did there. It was, if you're judging it by that play alone, quite uncalled for naman talaga.
Oh, siya yung nauna at least on that replay.
And that's your team manager just trying to be protective of their players.
Not sure if Danny Marilao said something that really irked the ire of Boss Bernard, because nung una parang ang gusto lang niya gawin ni Boss Bernard was umawat
Oo.
But after a brief exchange, that's where things escalated a bit.
Oh, dahil kilala naman natin yan si Boss Bernard, di yan basta-bastang nagagalit ng ganyan
Now, also important to figure out
Three-point
if
field goal for Alex
yun na nga,
Kamaknot.
kung counted yung
It is
tres.
a double
And it
unsportsmanlike
did
foul
count.
between number 8, Danny Marilao, is second. And number 89, Mario Barasi, is first foul. Double technical foul on Basilan Star Horse and Sarangani Gripper, both for improper bench decorum.
Okay, so double unsportsmanlike foul.
and a double technical foul. Double unsportsmanlike fouls on both Barasi and Marilao, and double technical fouls on both the benches of Sarangani and Basilan.
Timeout, Sarangani Gripper.
Coach John still pretty much heated up here.
Marilao is still trying to draw at the Basilan bench. They should get him back to their own bench.
Someone that needs to get over there and move him out of the way, because he's a very important player para dito sa Sarangani. Alright, we'll pause for a break. We'll be back after this.
Technical foul on Sarangani Gripper. Team consultant John Calios for unsportsmanlike behavior, second infraction. Technical free throw for Gagdagamon.
All right, so Coach John, during the break, finally got teed up here by Mpbl, as he repeatedly had some choice words to our game officials.
He's been on their ear the entire game. He's lucky he hasn't been thrown out yet.
He's still having a conversation with Mpbl.
Now this game is not yet over.
Oo, pwede pa to.
And Basilan is already over the limit. That's going to be free throws for Kitty Menes.
Foul on number 11, Gagdagamon.
Kitty Menes will troop to the line, and that is the 5th foul of Gagdagamon.
Yeah, he has gotten into foul trouble early in this game. Well, he's lucky that he was able to preserve his fouls until this very moment. It's going to be interesting to see who Coach Rich Alvarez plucks from the bench. It is going to be Emancalo.
Substitution.
Gagdagamon finishing the game with 7 points and 7 rebounds. Kitty Menes back at the line. Makes good on the first. Kitty Menes, 8 points, 7 assists. Si Emancalo, pagpasok pa lang eh.
Kasi sinasabihan niya lang si Danny na wag na eh. It really is not worth it to try and still engage in whatever conversation they've been having.
Pasturan to Adi Santos, Kabagnot, high point man for the Basilan Star Horse. Santos to Barasi, 4 under shot clock. Barasi swatted away by Koy Alves. Marilao, under 3 minutes left. Jimenez sends it to Jeff Viernes. Hindi pa rin makabutas galing sa labas. Kabagnot snares down his 10th rebound. Another double-double for Alex Kabagnot. 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Pasturan got caught stepping out of bounds. And what we like here, Javi, for Basilan, yes, Alex Kabagnot had his numbers. Arwin provided an impact. But contrary to what was happening at the beginning of the season, where it was more of them trying to fit in, ngayon, it comes into the flow of their offense para dito sa Basilan.
Tama ka dyan. Hindi na napipilitan pumuntos mula sa individual play. Itong mga veterano ng Basilan, everything's happening within the flow, within the system of their offense. You see here the passing, it's so much more fluid, even with different personalities on the floor. Although Barasi got blocked there.
Still, Basilan on top by 12, 84-72. Now if you're Sarangani, well, this is still winnable, but ayaw mo rin malamangan ka ng malaki dito in case na magkatabla-tabla kayo at the end of the elimination round.
Well, yun naman talaga yung naging problema nila eh. They weren't able to buckle down to work defensively, especially when it mattered the most. Na they let Basilan have their way almost the whole game.
Kung free throw nito, at sa atin Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
And Basilan has been very efficient, not just from the field, but also actually from all parts. Three-point shots, free throw shots, they've been very efficient sa laro na to. And look at the assists, Ken.
Yeah.
30 assists for Basilan in this game on 32 made field goals.
Usually, pag 25 assist pataas sila, maganda yung nagiging resulta para sa Basilan.
Yes, that is correct.
Jeff Viernes finally nails his first three-point shot, but perhaps a little bit too late. 86-75. Viernes with 13 points. Emancalo will milk the clock.
That's an offensive foul.
Adi Santos with an illegal pick.
Offensive foul on number 16, Adi Santos.
67 seconds remaining. Now for Basilan, after this game, they will take on Ilagan Isabela, then Imus. Then they begin the month of September, kalaban ng Zamboanga. And then that big game against Muntinlupa. And that could have certain implications here in the South Division, Javi.
Yeah, that's why it's going to be interesting to see how these games pan out for these teams involved in that spot of the Southern Division, because it continues to get tighter and tighter. Malalaman natin kung yung Muntinlupa, makakabawi na ba sila from their long losing streak after a strong start to the season? Can Sarangani still actually patch together a consecutive string of victories? Can Basilan hold on to this current seeding of theirs in the South?
At dahil kasi sa new format natin, Happy, sa play-in, in fact, the number 13 team right now in Cebu, sila rin may pag-asa pa na maka-advance.
Tama ka dyan. All is not lost. Cebu actually number 12 right now, 9 and 15.
Oh yeah.
Davao is the number 13 team at 8 and 14. But with this impending loss, Sarangani will fall to 9 and 14.
Still here in Orion, Bataan. Basilan kontra Sarangani in our first game. Special deal from OneXBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. After this one, we have the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards going up against the Imus Brotherhood. With Jimenez escaping the defense of Raymar Kaduyak. Lead down to 7, but only 17 seconds left. Calo will just dribble it out here. And Basilan, after a tough week wherein they had that loss against Bacolod and then losing out badly against the Quezon Huskers with back-to-back wins against teams na kadikit nila